She was only about 8, or she looked 8. This was how the two of them first saw Oryx. Oryx is a child sex slave in the book, described as a soulless pixie. I know what that really means. What that means is that's how the John, that word, the John, the person who hires the child sex worker, look at you. I always say they looked at me like I was a sandwich and I'm just a doll for them to do with it, a doll that they can use. And hopefully discard with too much damage to it. That's sort of the attitude I had. There's a phrase that is here that she sees. She looks at the lens of the camera for just a moment. I see you, that look said. I see you watching. I know you. I know what you want. Later on, another discussion between Jimmy, Craig, and Oryx. I don't think this is me. It has to be. Look, it's your eyes. A lot of girls have eyes, she said. A lot of girls did these things. Very many. Then, seeing his disappointment, she said, it might be me. Maybe it is. Would that make you happy, Jimmy? No, said Jimmy. Was that a lie? That look. I know you. I know what you want. The only person who can express that gaze, well, in this world right now, is me. I'm going to express it in the language that I wrote in Moments of Rage. This is my new book of shadows. I will speak today of sailing ships, sealing wax, and sex work. We are the secret keepers and the soul sisters to the eternal Oryx, child sex slave incarnate. We laugh at those who dare imagine we will ever be of any man. Our scars are fearless. Our eyes held within an Nietzschean abyss of cyclical blood and pain. Frozen forever open, blooded thighs dripping from within, her flesh frozen gaze, yet a fiery opal glow remains, a beacon for the fallen and the lost. Retinal chains, imagery and pain etched into the cultural history of man, their judgmental bile of self-loathing and revulsion as they pay, not in Charon's pennies, but in gold and guilt. Yet eternally awaiting the shuddery steel held in a shaking hand, fearless in the knowledge of her innate triumph, for she knows her power comes from fear, theirs. I, that is we, the night girls, our celestial flesh scarred, secret sacred sorority of the eternal whore, will spin a tale tonight, equal parts debauchery and equal parts dehumanizing acts repeated into circus sideshow. The sad willing smiles thin of corpse brides, eyes haunted with the wildfire of the fae. Sheltered between gray-blue rings of exhaust smoke and gasps of excited, pre-orgasmic breath, predatory poses caught in instants of light, fog, and death. The certain dusty death of yesterday's tomorrow held only within the weary, brittle, adamantine, hungry, desperate gaze of the 11-year-old Natu spirit non-binary sex worker. Their cannibalistic, stolen, haunted, wide-open pose of shy, glistening thigh, sweet invitation to cadaverous rage, the sacred red light. But I digress.